There is widespread understanding that the reason they seized that terminal is because the Djiboutians are up to their neck in debt to China, and that they will, in the foreseeable future, essentially yield that critically strategic container port to China.
American officials are expressing concern over a strategic port in the small East African country of Djibouti. The country hosts the only permanent American base in Africa, Camp Lemonnier. This base's strategic location has allowed the military to conduct counterterrorism operations in Somalia and Yemen.
So the ability of the United States to conduct military operations from Djibouti is absolutely in the core national security interests of the United States.
Djibouti recently seized control of the Douale container terminal, which had been operated by a private company. The Djiboutian government claims an official negotiating the agreement for the port was influenced by bribery.
But we found out that there were imbalances in the contract to the point that we got convinced that the contract was signed in bad faith.
In 2016, an international arbitration court cleared that official. Members of Congress and other American officials have expressed concern that the Djiboutian government could hand over control of the port to China.
I think it is entirely plausible, indeed probable, that within the next 6 months, we will see the Douale port container terminal at Djibouti transferred directly into a Chinese company, and that the Chinese will eventually use that enormously important strategic position to crowd out U.S. military operations, to constrain them.
If the Chinese did take over that port, and again, we have assurances from the Djiboutians they won't, but if they did, I mean, down the way, that restricts our access. That restricts the Navy's ability to get in there and just simply offload supplies and the like. So there are challenges with this. So when we talk about influence and access, this is a classic example with regards to China of how we've got to proceed and how we've got to be careful as we move forward.
And soon, Djibouti may hand over control of the Douale container terminal, a strategically located shipping port on the Red Sea, to Chinese state-owned enterprises. Should this occur, the balance of power in the Horn of Africa, astride major arteries of maritime trade between Europe, the Middle East, and South Asia, would shift in favor of China.
Djiboutian officials have assured the American government that they will not give up control of the port.
The port of Djibouti is owned and controlled by Djibouti, 100%. And one of the reasons why we reclaim, we don't want to forfeit our sovereignty to any party. Our sole intention is to build an economic future for a population. For us, ports are the one strategic asset that we have, and we treasure it. We will do everything we can to nurture them, develop them for the benefit not just of Djibouti, but also of the global shipping system and countries in the region.
This is entirely plausible. In fact, it's like a game of chess in which you can see checkmate 5 moves out. And if the United States does not take some action to reverse it in short order, our interests will absolutely be harmed, quite seriously.